Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So I found a subreddit recently that I love called Out of Context Comics, and as it would suggest, it's usually single panel, sometimes pages, but it's, comics out of context. Most of the time they're funny, sometimes they are genuinely odd, like even with context it'd be odd, but yeah, it sent me down a little bit of a rabbit hole with comics because one of the things that was posted there, I guess it would be, I guess that's like Bronze Age Superman, but it's the panel was Superman talking to President Nixon. And the speech panel says something like, I should have known I could trust you with my secret identity. You're the president of the United States. If I can't trust you, who can I trust? And you look at something like that and it's like, very on the nose, politically motivated, what they're writing about. And I always hear about people saying that comics now have gotten like political, and I don't really I don't really see that, especially if you look at some of these older comics, like it was very blatant what was going on. Like take Captain America, the first comic that yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the cover of it was, him punching Hitler. Very obvious what was going on, especially in the time. Like we look back on it and it's like, of course we're going to fight the Nazis, but there was a good contingent of America who didn't want to enter the war for any reason. And you got a comic company doing that, who's, pushing their politics on people. They're young because, hey, it's a comic book, And yeah, there are some newer comics that, like, I think it was Marvel who has their little team that came out, and one of the people on the team is named Snowflake, and like there's another person on the team who is called Safe Space. And I mean, I didn't like that comic. I gave it a try. I, you know, probably went into it not thinking I was going to like it just because of the names of the heroes. But, I mean, I like superhero stuff, so I figured why not? To say that comics are getting more political now doesn't really make sense. I think what it really boils down to is it's not the comics, it's you. You're more aware of what's going on. You know about these issues. So when you see these themes in a comic book, you recognize it. It's like, take like Shrek, the movie. It is a children's movie. It's a DreamWorks animation. It is geared towards children. There's a lot of jokes that are geared towards adults, you could say, or have adult themes. As a kid, you might not have recognized it, but you watch it as an adult and you're like, how did I miss that? How did that go over my head? You just didn't know, You watch it now and you laugh at those jokes. It's kind of the same with comic books. Really with any kind of media. With comic books, you see it as a kid and it's just, yeah, it's awesome. It's action. The bad guy loses, the good guy wins. There's lots of fighting. There's powers. It's a comic book. As an adult, though, you can look at that stuff and recognize why they're fighting. What's the reason they're fighting for? It's not just, oh, cool, lasers come out of his eyes, but why is he even shooting them at that person? It doesn't make sense to say comic books are more political now. All media has some sort of bias that the writer put in it. You don't have to look at it that way. You can just have fun with comics, but every writer is putting something in there. And if you recognize what they're saying, cool. If you don't, that's fine too. You can still read comics to have fun. But they're not getting more political. You just know more. And that's a good thing. Hopefully you keep recognizing these themes and the stuff that you enjoyed as a kid. You might be surprised to realize how much that stuff shaped how you think now. At least when I think about it, I know it did. Think about it for a while. If there's anything that you can recognize from your childhood that shaped your politics, your ethics, leave a comment. Let me know. Hopefully, y'all have a good day.